Hi guys! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Once again, this is me, Clarence. Here are the examples and definitions of indigenous knowledge in the Philippines and indigenous beliefs in the Philippines. What is the term of indigenous? The word indigenous refers to the notions of a place, vast human's ethics, culture that has not migrated from his homeland and is not a settler or colonial population. And of course, what is indigenous knowledge? Local and indigenous knowledge refers to the understandings, skills, and philosophies developed by societies with long histories of interactions with their natural surrounding. For rural and indigenous peoples, local knowledge informs decision-makings about fundamental aspects. The Philippines is an archipelago country made up of 62 indigenous cultural communities spread across the country's various islands. Over the years, the government of the Philippines has maintained a number of agencies that have looked into their welfare. However, only recently there appears that their indigenous knowledge and practice systems needs to be documented and promoted. Ipigaw of the Caldera. The farming, seen from a wider perspective, the farming systems of the Ipigaos consist of the payo, the rice terraces, of the mayum, the woodlots, and the yuma, which is Sweden. Let's move on to the Ipigaos of the Cordillera. Fishing. A small fishes like a million fish. It is a tampipi and yo-yo are caught using woven bamboo traps called a babo. Impact of the indigenous knowledge systems and practice. Ipigaos have played significant role in survival of the major livelihoods that the indigenous knowledge system practices around them. The constructions control soil erosions and water's overflow. It prevents landslides and preserves fertility of the soil. Atis of Panay. The farming. The Atis were probably the first in the country to practice lash and burn, Barato 1978. Those living in uplands areas, such as Atis, are engaged within agriculture. Atis of Panay. Fishing, individually or in groups. The fishing is done by men. The Atis in Igpukutol, the antique use the most simple methods of catching fishes, such as a hook and line, the bonnet, lagtang vines, and other fishing net. Impact of the indigenous knowledge systems and practice. The indigenous knowledge system and practice of an artist in Panay helps to augment the socioeconomic situations of the community. The methods of fishing are environmentally friendly, if do not cause any stress of the aquatic life and a coastal environmental. Slush and vine agricultures have these advantages, like the deforestation and cutting down the trees. Let's move on to Bajaus of the Tawi-Tawi, the sweetest farming. A very promising livelihood for poor families in the coastals. Farmers in some coastal areas like Sitangkay, the Tawi-Tawi are in the livelihood.